Hello there. So this one is about astrology 2020, the month of May, and I'm recording this on the 30th of April. So what we are in now is in the sign of the Sun in Taurus. And when I think about Taurus, I always think about the land, plants, animals, people, sensuality, enjoyment of food, groundedness, being very earthy. It's a great time to connect with nature, and it's a great time for healing. However, there's something about this particular month of Taurus which is special and different from others before and even the following. So what makes this one so very special is at the moment we have also the planet Uranus in Taurus. We've got literally Sun and Uranus in the same sign. And what Uranus does is it's a transpersonal planet. It brings change, and it's also a high vibration planet, particularly related to the sign of Aquarius, in fact. But what I want to focus on is the opportunity that we have in this month of Taurus. So it's all to do with healing. And what is so special about this time and this opportunity is that the healing that's available to us every year when the Sun moves into Taurus around about the 21st or so of April of each year. What makes it so different is having the extra additional energy of Uranus means that we have the opportunity to heal in a way that is not normally available to us. And to me, there's no such thing as a coincidence. So the fact that we're experiencing the pandemic, the lockdown, inward time, this is all completely appropriate for this time. And what it is doing is it's creating, in a sense, a polarization. And if you are being exposed to a lot of mainstream media and you're allowing yourself to expose yourself to a lot of social media and a lot of people's opinions, then there's just a possibility that you might end up going down what I've called in a previous film the foggy road. And what I mean by this is going into fear. And what I'm saying is that to choose to go into fear in this, the month of healing, will simply amplify the experience and the quality of fear very, very greatly indeed. So put it this way, I'm basing a lot of what I'm sharing on an email I received from a good friend, Jaqueline, and this information comes from the Kabbalah Center, and frankly it's something that anyone with a sense of astrology would appreciate. So when we move into Taurus every year, the end of April, the first few weeks in May, it's a time that connects us to the earth and to healing, but particularly because of the conjunction with the planet Uranus, this is magnified. So on an average year, the healing potential for moving into Taurus is, let's say, 100%. Well, this year it's 10,000%. That gives you an idea that it is such an extraordinary opportunity. So if you find yourself being drawn into fear, it will be amplified to the extent that it might well feel like being in hell. And I had an experience of this only yesterday evening myself when I received some information from someone who was upset. And what happened is that upset then transferred to me because I'm a very open person. So this is one of my skills, it's one of my superpowers, it's also one of my drawbacks as well. So I found myself getting caught up in this fear vortex, and I ended up watching something last night on Netflix. It was a simple sci-fi film about time travel, and in there was a lot of suspense, and what that did is it drew me even deeper into that fear current until by a certain point yesterday evening I realized I'd spent a good hour and a half in a state of really acute fear. And this is not something I recommend, and that's why I did it, because having had that brief experience, I needed to go outside onto my balcony and do some meditation and do my healing practice for the earth, which I've been doing for quite some time now. I did make a film called What We Can Do, which explains this, and I'm going to make another film which is going to go into a lot more detail about this process. I'm going to recommend that you join me if you would like to do so. So I'm speaking from a first-hand experience of how at the moment, if you allow your consciousness to align with fear, it amplifies, and that's not actually helpful in terms of healing. It's okay if it's a short acute experience for a brief period of time like I experienced last night, and you've got the power to go and cleanse yourself afterwards, which I did with shamanic work. So the other alternative, rather than going into fear, is we can go into love, we can go into healing. And as I keep saying, the golden gateway into love and healing is gratitude. And this is the way I see it. First of all, it's a matter of taking this process. So whatever your life circumstances and life situation at the moment, the very first thing to do is to drop into being aware of what's going on in the present moment. So I'm surrounded by these beautiful plants, and that just gives me so much healing just by being with them. The next thing I do, now that I'm in the present moment, I start to appreciate the present moment. I accept everything exactly as it is. So maybe my partner and I are 2,000 miles away at the moment, and I do miss her. Yes, this is true. However, if I drop into accepting things as they are, then I can move into feeling, what do I have to appreciate? I've got all the wonderful gifts of the plants, food, lovely blue sky outside, opportunity to go to sea, and I immediately start to go into appreciation, which then takes me into gratitude, and the gratitude takes me into love, and that takes me into my healing path. So as soon as I align myself with all that is wonderful about being alive on the planet Earth, instantly the healing kicks in, and because it's 10,000-fold, I have the opportunity to let go of all sorts of things that I might have been holding on to. And that's very much what I'm doing. I'm going through a 21-day transformation process. I'm actually on day 19 now, and it's incredibly exciting. And in this time, I've really been taken to some dark places where I've had to face up to some things about myself, which is always a powerful thing to do in a healing process. So if in your healing process you get to experience some discomfort, feelings of, oh my goodness me, I didn't realize this about myself, this is all to the good, all to the benefit. And then those wonderful moments arise when I touch the gratitude, the appreciation, the love, and then the healing can just amplify and amplify and amplify. So it's an incredibly exciting time to be alive. May is a wonderful month this year because of all the great potential for healing, and some simple things like taking time to be quiet and still, to go within, to pursue any form of meditation, any form of body work, any form of introspection, considering, all really powerful to do at this time. And we have accompanying us on this journey with the Sun and Uranus in Taurus. We've also got Saturn in Aquarius, and this is connecting us to some really helpful energy. It's allowing the sobriety and the discipline and the self-discipline of Saturn to be expressed and experienced for the benefit of humanity as a whole. So anything that we can do to help other people, whether it's a smile, a kind word, a gesture, a gift, gratitude, appreciation, this is all so appropriate. And we are leading ourselves inexorably as we go on through 2020 to a particularly special time, which is the 21st of December of this month. There are some fantastic things going on astrologically, but particularly there is a conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn, and this is going to aid us so much. So this year, as it develops, there'll be more opportunities for growth, there'll be more challenges, definitely there will be. Things will ease off in the short term, things may become more challenging as we move into autumn, and we will see how things developing. And this is what I want to do. I want to add in a prelude to a film I'm going to make very, very soon, which is about prophecy and divination. Because the thing about prophecy is that when you do a tarot spread or use a Ling Chi Ching or use any method of divination, it provides you with some really powerful assistance and insights into what's going on. When we look at astrology, it's the same thing too. And there's a really big however, and the however is this: human beings are making choices, and as more of us make choices to heal, that actually changes the prognosis for the future, and for the very near future too. So we are in very exciting times, but what I want to leave you with is this sense of, yes, prophecy is very useful, and I'm going to share with you in the film. Some prophecies are simply laughable, and they're a huge joke, because when they were made all that time ago, they were really accurate and appropriate. But the human race is actually moving on. We're doing so very, very well, although it might not seem like it at first glance. We are evolving way beyond the expectations of the prophets. So we are moving to a situation where the dire prognostications that were made in the 20th century and previously simply are not coming to pass. So I'm very happy to share that within a future film. But in the meantime, let's enjoy all of the healing in the merry month of May, and let's experience more gratitude for all the simple things, the little things in life, the plants, the animals, people we know, the landscape, nature, the food that we eat and enjoy, all that gives us enjoyment. Thank you very much.